Have you ever been burnt out? You're exhausted, you don't know where to turn, and there seems limited options for you? That's my story. I'm a social worker, farmer, a wife, a mother, a quilter, a gardener. Oh my goodness, I could list on and on of the things that I love to do and that I am. And burning the candle at both ends was just getting to be too much. And certainly being in social work for over 30 years, it was beginning to take a toll on me mentally, as well as just the commute to work and things physically. So I needed to figure out a change. My family was starting to suffer. I was starting to suffer as burnout set in. And no paycheck is worth losing yourself for. So I had to really stop and consider what I was going to do. I didn't do that lately. I didn't even do it properly. I kept pushing because I was like, no, just a couple more years and we'll be more set up financially. Just a little bit of this and it'll be easier. No, just we make excuses, right? Excuses for why we're feeling the way we're feeling. So I kept pushing. Well, one day my body said, no, you're done. And I crashed. And that was devastating. I didn't know how to pick myself up at first. I didn't know, would my marriage survive that? Would my family survive that? What was the other side of this going to look like? And I'm lucky to say all of it survived. And after 2.5 years, the other side is looking pretty lovely. It has been and still is a long, hard process to get where I am and where I want to be. But in that process, I had to look, what am I going to do for a job? I still needed and wanted to work. So what was I going to do? Well, during that process, I happened upon a free webinar that taught me about something I had no idea even existed or was even a possibility. I didn't think at my age, I'm in my early 50s, what could I learn to do that would pay comparable to what I was making before, that would keep up with my now found medical issues that I need to attend to first before anything else. And so this webinar piqued my interest and I paid attention to it. I watched it, I rewatched it, I asked questions, and I got to know the people involved a little bit better. And then I jumped right in. Oh my gosh, I have never looked back. Here I am living the life of my dreams. I'm still working. I'm working from home. I'm working at my convenience when it fits around my schedule instead of fitting my life around my job. I'm out here feeding my cows in the daylight instead of doing it after work when I'm exhausted. It is just pretty lovely. And as I'm doing all this, my business is running in the background. But that's a side note. The big plus is there was something else I could do in rural Alberta where jobs are at a premium. In one of the toughest economic times we have ever had, I started and am running my own business successfully. If any of this is piquing your interest, go ahead, click on the link and register for the webinar. You'll be prompted for your name and email so that I can send you a personal link to the webinar. From there, you're going to learn some things and you will decide for yourself whether this is for you and you take the next step, or this isn't for you and you've learned about something that, nope, that's not going to be an option for me. It never hurts us to learn, and we just never know. Had I not clicked on that webinar, I don't know where I would be right now. I wouldn't be sitting here feeling as successful as I am. So go ahead, register for the webinar now, and we'll talk soon.